Hey guys, just another quick disclaimer. If your art looks anything like how mine does, that's totally fine. It's just I wasn't personally happy with how my art looked, and everyone starts somewhere. So, my suggestion just keep practicing. You'll get there, I promise. Alright, now time for the janky intro. So, um, today we're gonna be looking at my cringy Pixar cars art, whether it's recent or I've had it in my whatever for 3 years. We're looking at it. All of it. All the way up till last night because I don't know. This is gonna this is not gonna be pretty. I'm just gonna warn you guys. And this is actually an unscripted video. So every reaction I'll have is gonna be genuine. It's not something I recorded beforehand or scripted beforehand, so oh man, please don't judge me for these drawings, guys. I was still learning and am still learning, forever still learning. So, all right, let's go to the first one. So, yeah, this is my very first Pixar Cars drawing that I could find on my iPad. And if you don't know, it's Spin Missile, and I did this on Procreate. So, you know something? I'm not mad, all right? Now, you're probably like, but Sandy, this is literally an abomination to humanity itself. But here's the thing, I'm not that mad. And I'll tell you why. Because it's my first time ever drawing a Pixar car on digital. So I was still learning. And perspective, it's just really difficult on cars. And as you can see, I struggled with it a bunch here, and that's okay. I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at perspective now, but yeah, so this is the first one. Oh boy. This is my second ever one. This is Miles Axelrod. He's the main villain in Cars 2. Oops. That's a spoiler. Spoiler alert. Once again, I had some issues with perspective, and something I want to point out real quick. You see these wheels. They're like connected to the rest of the body. And I actually had a common theme of this in my drawing for a long time until I finally realized, wheels in the car are not exactly connected. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's the best way I can explain it. So am I mad at this drawing? Very. Could I have done better? Back then, I think no. Back then, I probably thought this was the best drawing I've ever done in my life. But now, And I even got another Miles Axelrod drawing I'm going to show you guys in a bit that I feel like looks a little bit better. All right, now let's go to the next one. Ah, yes, Cars on the Road. I didn't actually like that show too much, but if you couldn't tell, this is supposed to be a Cars on the Road drawing. Now, I don't think this is that bad, honestly. I mean, look at Mater. He looks pretty good, I feel like, at least for the time for me. And also, I want to point something else out. I only used one daggum layer for like every single one of my drawings. Never, ever do that. That is so horrible. I learned later that, layers are kind of my best friend. Also, I kind of regret drawing like 4 trucks in the background when I could have just used the lasso tool and used copy and paste and all that jazz. I also don't like how I did the shading very, very wrong. So over here on the right, we got like a blue light. But then how come they have pink shading? And over here we have a pink light and they have blue shading. So I don't know what I was doing there, but yeah. Also, I feel like it should have been karaoke night instead of like a K, a C. It's a truck thing. I feel like that would have been so much better. Maybe I'll do a redraw of this someday. But yeah, is that my third? I think that's my third drawing. All right, let's go to the next one. If you ever wanted a great example of what bad perspective looks like, just look at the drawing in front of you. You're going down, old man. Not today, Storm. Now, I'm not super mad at this drawing either, though. Because you're like, but Sandy, look at all that perspective. Oh, it's making me want to blow chunks. But here's the thing. I mean, this was my first time doing anything like this, and I'm still not good at drawing backgrounds. But I'm not super mad at this. And you're probably looking at Lightning McQueen thinking, what is that? That was my first time ever drawing him, okay? Literally my first time drawing Lightning McQueen. Now, Jackson Storm, you're like, oh, he looks pretty decent. I mean, I watched a tutorial, which I also highly recommend doing. It was actually really helpful in my Living Machine art journey. So I recommend watching tutorials, studying perspective, and using reference Photos. Photos for the love of Pete. I literally, I never used reference photos, and that is one of the biggest mistakes I made. Please, use reference photos. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so other than the wonky hubcaps, if that's what you want to call them, the wheels still being connected to the body, and the perspective being a little off, you're probably like, wow, Lightning McQueen looks so much better here. And even Sally looks pretty sweet too. Well, I watched tutorials for both. But once again, that is okay. You should watch tutorials so you can get an idea of how the line work is. Also, like, what is going on with these tailpipes, man? You look pretty tonight. Thanks. I create feelings in others they themselves don't understand. Good one, Sal. Next is probably the most painful thing I've ever shown to another human being ever in my life. It is so bad. It's basically a Lightning McQueen fan fiction type of thing that I gave up on midway for a good reason. Hey, Cal, me and Bobby are going to drive as fast as we can on the playground. Want to come? Nope. Sounds like an accident waiting to happen. So you're probably like, what the crap is this? Why is Cal red? So I am so sorry, but you know, like in that scene, you know, the montage of Lightning McQueen missing, there's like a red car there saying he doesn't want anything bad to happen to Lightning. I thought that was Cal. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was actually supposed to be, I think it was Dale Jr., so I thought he was red, and I had this whole thing about how they were like childhood friends. But here's my favorite part of this drawing, and I feel like I actually had a brain here. Look, this is actually, I feel like, cute. Mean Bully, that's Chick Hicks. Mrs. Flywheel, that's who we got over here. Uncle Strip, Cal did that. Rack Track, I don't know who did that. Doc Hudson, that was supposed to be Monty. See, over here we got Monty, because that's Lightning McQueen's name. Spoiler. Bobby, and then me. And that's Monty. I love how I did like Room A113's artwork. But yeah, this is the first of quite a few horrifying drawings. I'm very, very sorry about this. So, what do you guys want to do today? I want to say something real quick though. Lightning McQueen, he don't look half bad other than his wheels being connected to him, along with all the other characters being connected to the wheels. Other than that, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, I don't think. I mean, other than these stalks of broccoli. But here's the thing, trees are hard to draw, okay? I just don't draw backgrounds anymore because I just can't do them very well. I'm practicing, but just, yeah, all right. I guess I don't have more. Well, I thought I did. I might. I just didn't see any when I was going to this next drawing. I don't know. So first of all, what is going on here? Like, bro, look at these headlights. I mean, I know they're stickers, but come on, they look bad. What's going on with the mouth here, son? No. Why is it like a square? Teeth are supposed to be round, just so we're clear. Then we got Frank, who's like, doing an endo? I don't even know, man. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're gonna play a game called Where Do You Think Sandy Was When She Did This Drawing? And can I just acknowledge the fact that the only character here that looks decent is flippin' Nemo? Like, bro, why? I mean, I love this. It looks great, but like, why? I just thought I'd include it because it has Lightning McQueen in it. And once again, what is going on with these exhaust pipes? They're not tailpipes because they're not like at the end, but like, ugh. Also, I forgot to mention something. All the drawings you've seen so far are from 2023, including this one. I forgot to say that. Just know they're all from 2023. Probably like, well, that's not very long ago. Just calm down. I've improved a bit. Okay. Yo, what? Oh my word, bro. What is this? Ugh, I remember being so proud of it. I'm like, this is my best work. And then here I am, like, a few years later looking at it being like, was I mentally not okay? If you don't know who Ban Ban is, he's like a character in, a video game series. And he, like, has his tongue out all the time, and it just reminded me of Lightning McQueen. So I was like, why don't I combine the two? I'm not going to be judging my entire existence a few years later. Ugh, good golly. Ew. Ew. Alright, so after that one drawing, I decided, you know what? I'm going to show you guys my Animal Jam art. And why? Well, because that was made around the same time that drawing, the Ban Ban McQueen, horribleness. So I'm going to go look at that. Once again, only the Pixar cars there, but I'm not going to be looking at all of it, and I'll tell you why real quick. Because some of them have original characters on there that don't belong to me, that I don't have permission to, like, show on YouTube. So I'm just going to be showing the ones that aren't other people's original characters. All right? All right, let's go. Okay, so this is the first one. This was actually my first Animal Jam drawing I ever used an Apple Pen on, if you can believe that. So here's the thing. I'm not mad at this, all right? And I also feel like it looks pretty decent. This was actually a commission. One of the first commissions I ever got. And that's actually how I met one of my friends on Animal Jam. So, yeah, that's cool. I want to point something out, though. This is the number one thing I hate about it. So I wrote, like, average intelligence, British intelligence, Tokyo Station, all that jazz. But, like, I spelled intelligence wrong. How do you do that? Why? But other than that, I think it's okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now you're probably thinking, whoa, Sandy, that looks good. You improved a lot. Well, not really. I just watched a tutorial. I believe I made this Christmas 2023 or around that time. Yeah. I would be losing my mind if I drew this entirely by myself. I bet I could draw that entirely by myself nowadays. But back then, I was like, I want to watch a tutorial because I'm going to sell a bunch of these. I sold like none. I didn't sell any this Christmas. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not that bad. All right, next one. All right, here we got another commission, which was also done from a tutorial. I think I got these tutorials from someone called Tim TV. I think that's what they were called. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I think. And if that is who they are, watch their tutorials. They're super helpful. One thing I don't like, though, is they don't do sketches. They just do the line art. But, yeah. It's not that bad. I just wish they weren't so off-center. I still have issues with that, though. That's why I like using Procreate, because I can just move it to wherever I want. But it's not that bad. All right, next one. Okay, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. For real. I mean, the perspective's a little wonky, along with the headlight stickers, whatever you call them. I remember the reference photo I used for this one. It was like the scene in Cars 3 when he's just like looking upset at Cruz after the demolition derby. Anyway, I used to sell a bunch of these, for sapphires, obviously, back in the day. I don't make them anymore, though, because I'm too lazy. I don't know. Okay, next one. This one's not too bad. So, I guess this isn't exactly a Pixar Cars drawing, but come on, Planes is in the world of cars. So I was talking to a friend, just like joking around. I was like, hey, why don't I make a masterpiece that says like toothless crop hopper or something? I don't know why I brought that up, but she was like, yes, you should totally do it. So, I did it. I know this isn't a car, but it's still kind of funny. And a drawing, I'm a little bit proud of. Just these back legs are a little awkward. All right, on to the next one. Okay, so this is another one I'm pretty proud of. I sold quite a few of these as well. I feel like it's a very good drawing of Cal. But I want to, just some quick behind-the-scenes lore. This was going to be very different. Also, I want to point out something. Look. These aren't connected to the body anymore. Okay, anyway, I want to just say some lore. It said, don't be like him. and it said like from lightning. And I was like, you know what? That's a little too mean. I'm gonna change it and take that away. I'm gonna take that away. So now it just says have confidence and courage. And I just feel like, yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, the message is good too, but like I feel like it looks pretty good at the time for me, even though I watched another tutorial. Oh dear. Looks like I connected the wheels to the body again. But I do think this is funny. Sir Lancelot. Ha! Okay, anyway. So you might be thinking, Sandy, you're just plain dumb. I'm not, okay? Me and my brother sometimes played Asphalt 9 on our Switch. We don't anymore, but we did a little bit back in the day. And I had a Lancer, a Mitsubishi Lancer, and I was like, every time I used it, I called him Sir Lancelot. I mean, tell me you wouldn't do that, honestly. So I was like, hey, why don't I make this? I don't think I sold any of these, just to be clear. So you remember earlier when I was talking about, hey, just so you guys know, I'm going to show you another axle rod drawing later. This is it. I don't think it's that bad. And I want to also point out this is another commission. And I also want to point out, look at these wheels. They're not connected to the body. But something I don't like, this needs to have a fender well right here where I'm scribbling. And there needs to be another axle back here. That's the only things I'm whining about. Other than that, though, I'm pretty proud of this drawing. Also, if you're curious, hey, do you still do commissions? No, I do not. I'm sorry. I know what you're thinking. Holy cow, Sandy, that looks really, really cool. I mean, there's some things wrong with it, but that looks really good. It's another tutorial. I'm so sorry. But I do agree, it looks really cool. I sold a ton of these. I think I had like 70 likes as well, which is rare for me. So a few things I would have done differently. I would have done the shading a little bit different. I know how it does it in the video, but I would have done it a little bit differently. And instead of just going, zigzag with, the fog, I would have done it in, like, circles instead of just, like, back and forth. Does that make more sense? Because I feel like it makes it look a bit more natural. I also feel like it's a little bit out of proportion with Lightning McQueen. Like, it looks like there's just a bunch of dust underneath him, and I guess that is what it is, but there's a lot more dust than that, and it's also on top up here as well. So yeah, I'm not super proud of this drawing, especially since it's technically a tutorial, even though a lot of people loved it. But alright, whatever. On to the next one. Oh dear, and if you weren't able to tell, this is another tutorial. Fire tutorial, by the way. I don't like how Dusty looks. He looks a little weird and out of proportion. I don't like how Cruz looks, or how Storm looks, or how Lightning looks, or how everything looks. I don't like this drawing very much, personally. It took me a long time, and I just don't like it very much. But a lot of other people did, so okay. 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 Yeah. Oh boy. So I made this for a friend. Just for fun, just like a fun gift for a friend. Wheels are still connected to the body. And I feel like his head, or whatever you want to call this, is a little out of proportion. Just saying. I think it's a little too big and it doesn't really go with the rest of the body. Same for like the mouth. I mean, his mouth does look a little bit bigger when he's like talking, but I just think it's too big. So I think the proportioning was a little weird. I don't think I've actually drawn Cruisin' or Raider Springs Lightning since this drawing. I should probably fix that. Alright, on to the next one. So this one's kind of funny. Me and my friend, actually the same friend who commissioned me the first time, we were like talking about how when in Cars 2, he's like talking to Holly and he's like, "You are now." He sounded a little bit Western for some reason, and I was like, dude, just imagine, or maybe she was like that, just imagine him with a cowboy hat on. And I was like, I am drawing that. I'm drawing that, okay? So I did draw it, and this is how it turned out. Wheels are still connected to the body. Don't like that. Still no fender wells. Don't like that. And I don't think his windshield shape is very good, personally. More than that, it's not too bad. But I also wish there was, like, his little thing here. I don't know what you want to call that. Chrome, whatever. I wish that was still there, but it's not. So, what can you do? Ah, yes, the Tuner Gang. Or the Delinquent Road Hazards. Don't like the background on this drawing, and I don't like how DJ's right behind Boost and you can barely even see him. But other than that, I love this drawing. It is so, so, so good. Other than the things I just mentioned. I feel like it looks pretty good other than the background and DJ being behind Boost. And honestly, how can you not like the tuners? That's not like physically possible. They're just cool characters, alright? Okay, on to the next one. Alright, so I did kind of like a sketch themed drawing because, I listen to music or watch videos or whatever when I'm playing Animal Jam a lot. Also, someone asked if I had any more of these, and I said no. I am so, so sorry. I had no idea I still had this saved. Literally, so sorry. I cannot be more sorry. But Lightning McQueen, I feel like he looks pretty good, but this was another tutorial. The tutorials. And like I said, tutorials are okay. I just feel like I should have moved away from them and tried it independently a lot sooner. Alright, so this is another commission from a friend. She wanted me to basically draw her unicorn as a car. She said any car is fine. And I was like, what about a mini? And she was like, alright, that's cool. I think it turned out really well, but I do want to say this is a little bit more of a recent drawing. I think it was made the middle or late of last year. So this one's a little bit more recent. I feel like it looks pretty good. And I think this is one of the last commissions I ever took because, like I said, I didn't show you all of the commissions because, I don't have permission to use those characters on YouTube. But it just became a lot and I didn't like doing it anymore, especially for fake in-game money. So, yeah, I stopped. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of this drawing. And I did not, in fact, do a tutorial for this one. I looked up a reference photo. Yay! Reference photos are great. Use them, always. Alright, so this is... Oh, I just scribbled on here. This is Casey Throttle, if you couldn't read that. She's one of my characters. I believe I put her on Art Fight as well. So her design has changed a little bit, and I want to say I made this around January, or now, 2024. So this is definitely an older drawing. I'm not happy with the perspective or the proportioning. I'm sorry. I have some more recent drawings of her, but I think my most recent drawing of her, not too proud of it at all. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I could have done better, I feel like, on my most recent drawing. This is not my most recent drawing, but this drawing, it's pretty mid. Pretty mid. Sorry. Ah, yes, my boy, Rod Torque Redline. He's probably one of my favorite Cars characters, and I'm so sad they killed him off so quickly. That scene used to horrify me as a kid, by the way. Anyway, but improvements. Wheels are not connected to the body. That's major. The shading is pretty good. I actually don't do shading too much anymore. Things I still needed to work on. The proportioning and perspective is slightly off again. The grill looks a little out of proportion and out of perspective as well. But other than that, you know what? This is pretty good. So for this one, I just wanted to draw Grem and Acer, if you couldn't tell, at like this top left corner. Oh dear, that's the left? Whatever. Anyways. So you're probably like, well, that's not what they said in the moment. You broke it. And he's like, quiet! But I decided that it probably wouldn't get approved if I did that. So I just did. I didn't do nothing. Because he also said that at some point in that scene. Yeah, I just randomly wanted to draw him. I was like, you know what? I'm going to draw Grem and Acer today. All right? So I like how I didn't draw the wheels connected to the body. I like how I did black for the fender wells, except for back here on Grem. There needs to be some black there. Other than that, I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like this is a very decent drawing, even though it took me several hours, which it probably shouldn't take me that long. It's not bad. Behold, a drawing I am way too proud of. You're like, holy crap. Yes, this is a lot more recent. I made this very late last year. So, yeah, that's just one example of I've made a lot of improvements. The only thing I don't like about this is that his wheels are a little bit out of proportion, but other than that, I am very proud of this drawing. I feel like it turned out really, really well. So that's just one example of practice makes perfect. And we're not this is my last Animal Jam drawing, but we're not even done with the Procreate. Let's go back to Procreate. What am I doing? I've been here forever. So now we're back to the old cringy 2023 art. No. I don't like it. So you're probably wondering, well, what's the context for this? Well, it was like a comic I made, a Halloween-themed comic. I never finished it really. Um, I had other pages of it, but I can't find them. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I deleted them, and I was just like, I'll keep this one. That's all right. Um, yeah, it's not that horrible. I just wish I would have done something different with the eyes and the tires. And once again, they're still connected to the body. You should also be able to see another tire back here. Ah, crap! I'm using a white pen. Oh, whatever. Anyway, you should be able to see his other tires, whatever, back there, and you can't. So, yeah, I don't like it. All right, so I want to say something. It's really important. So this is like an unfinished comic I did. But here's the thing. I did something very bad here that I did not know was bad when I did this. I traced someone else's art without their permission. This boost sketch right here is traced. I feel so bad for doing that, guys. Tracing art is a big no-no if you haven't gotten permission. So, yeah, learn from that mistake. Don't trace art. Tracing art is bad. I want to say I never posted this art. Well, I guess I'm posting it here now. I am so sorry. I don't know who the original artist was. I just remember screenshotting it on Safari and just like taking it here and tracing it, thinking, it'll be fine. It's not fine. Don't trace. Ever. Please. All right, so this one I made December 23rd, 2023, and I'm pretty proud of it. I just wish you could have seen more features on Jackson Storm. Jackson Storm is another one of my favorite characters. Judge me all you want. He's a cool character. I don't care. I know he's a butthole, but he's a cool character, okay? Please don't judge me. Yeah, I just wish you could see more of his features, and you really can't here. But other than that, this is pretty cool. I was like experimenting with blending and shading and all that jazz. So I feel like it looks pretty good for my first time experimenting with that type of thing. But I am also wondering, where is his racing number? I don't see that on his side. So maybe I forgot it. Maybe I didn't use a reference photo. Anyway, overall though, it's not that bad. I think it's pretty good for the time. Nothing like the first drawing of 2024. It's the first drawing I did in 2024. You know what though? It's not that bad. I don't like how the tires are connected to the body, and I don't like how they're super big. But other than that, and other than his mouth being a little bit big, especially for the position his mouth is in, I don't think it's that bad. But the exhaust pipes are so cringe. And he's singing a song. Well, at least I drew him singing a good song. Alright, on to the next one, because, well, after this, it's all art from 2024 and beyond. Oh, no, I wasn't singing Buddy Holly while I was going to this next drawing. So I feel like this looks pretty good. Also, I want to say this was made in April 22nd of 2024. Probably like, whoa, well, yeah, I didn't really make too much art on Procreate of any Cars characters. And yes, I know Dusty Hopper is not a Cars character. He's a Planes character, but come on, he's in the same universe. It should count. So I feel like it looks pretty good. The clouds, the background, it looks pretty cool, even though it took me 3 seconds. The only thing I don't like, though, is the proportions. So this was inspired by the Dusty cartoon at the end of Planes. But I just feel like the way it was done looks really forced and, I don't know, squished. Like, in this specific drawing, they did it really well in the animation, but I just feel like it looks a little weird here. But I also want to say I did not do a tutorial for this. I used a reference photo. What? Okay, so this, I think her name was Luna. The background, it's simple, but hey, simple can be good. The wheels are not connected to the body. That's good. I wish I had done, some black for this back wheel here. But here's some quick character lore. You can skip forward if you don't care. But here's some quick character lore. She was meant to be the girlfriend of a character I have. And apparently I don't have any more drawings of him on Animal Jam. Or at least I didn't see any. Because that's where I created him. His name was Lucas. I think he was a black BMW i8. He was actually adopted by Casey Throttle and her husband. I can't find any drawings of her husband right this second. I might be able to find some later, and I'll show them later. Anyway, and basically he had severe autism and ADHD, but later on I was like, I don't know if I really like this. I'm sorry. So I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. But then a few years later, by a few years, I mean like the same year. No, sorry, 1 year later, I sort of recycled him. And if I'm not too lazy, I'll put a picture of him up here. So he had the same name. His name was Lucas, but he was a very different character and even lived in a different universe. And he is actually the boyfriend to one of my other characters, Nugget. Basically, the main changes I made to him were, well, for starters, I put him in the Herbie the Love Bug universe. And for seconders, I turned him into a red 1980s Porsche. But am I sad about that? No. I feel like it was a good repurpose for his character, and he does not have severe autism. He has mild ADHD, and I'm actually happier with his current character because he also had a really, really depressing backstory, and I was like, I don't think that really fits my vibe. So, yeah, I went with that other version. Anyway, back to this other drawing. Luna. This was also when I was experimenting with the blend tool. I feel like it would have looked better a bit if everything looked blended. Not everything looks super blended. Like, for example, these eyes, they don't look very blended. I know I kept them mostly unblended because I wanted it to look like eyelashes, but I feel like I could have done better. So, yeah, it's a little bit mid. So at first glance, this isn't horrible, but then when you look at it for 3 seconds or more, you're like, ugh! I mean, look at those whales, daggone, they huge! Ew! They look so weird. The headlight stickers, whatever, they don't look too great. The proportioning on his cabin, canopy, head, whatever you want to call that, is really awkward. I feel like, back here, that needs to go down a bit farther. And I guess the wheels aren't really connected to the body, and I feel like the tailpipes look a little bit better. Exhaust pipes, whatever they are. I just feel like I could have done some more fender wells because I didn't do any, and just I could have done a lot better, I feel like. Yes. Maxwell Soar. That is Casey Throttle's husband. I don't like this drawing very much, if I'm being honest. I think I put this drawing on ArtFight, and then down here we got his son. I don't think I ever named him, actually. He's just a gray Dodge Challenger. So, what do I think of this drawing? Mid. Really mid. I'm sorry, it's just mid. So probably like, well, you said it was Casey Throttle, so why does it say Casey Soar? Because her husband's name is Maxwell Soar. Anyway, I'm not super proud of this drawing. I like the style of Casey a bit better. I just feel like I could have done better with this drawing. Also, she's not a challenger, she's a charlenger. Her mom was a challenger and her dad was a charger, and also some character lore here. You know who her uncle is? Her uncle was Rod Torque Redline. Ooh, some fun lore here. Maybe I'll explain her story a little bit better someday. And this is her daughter down here. I don't remember what I named her. I don't think I named either of her kids, actually. Sorry. I don't think I did, but I feel like specifically this axle, I still have issues with axles, by the way. I just don't like that axle. That's the main number one thing I hate about this drawing. Other than that, everything's totally fine. It's a decent-ish reference sheet. So, yeah. I think it's alright. So this is basically Herbie the Love Bug in Pixar style. If you don't know, I am a 100%, like 1 trillion% diehard Herbie fan. I'm a way bigger Herbie fan than I am a Cars fan. I've been a Herbie fan for a million years. Too much information, but anyway. In general, I actually think this looks pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of Herbie in the Cars universe, and I don't know if he's necessarily canon, because supposedly he was in a comic. He was supposedly going to do a short cameo in the original version of Cars 3, but I don't know, I just don't like Herbie in the Cars universe too much. If you draw him in the Cars universe, go ahead, keep doing what you do. But overall, yeah, this drawing's pretty good. So very much unlike Herbie, Kit looks absolutely amazing in the Cars universe. Just look at him. He looks sick. And no, I'm not trying to be show off. I mean, I am a show off, but I feel like this just looks genuinely amazing. I mean, you can't really see his mouth expression too well, but I just feel like this is very, very good. Genuinely. I feel like I should have done something a little bit more with the rear tire to make it look less awkward, but I feel like this looks really, really good. Okay, so this is basically a ship kid that I tried to create for Lightning McQueen and Sally. Not at all happy with how it turned out. Because here's the thing, it's also supposed to be a girl, and it doesn't really look like a girl to me. Because for the most part in the Cars universe, the only way you can tell if it's a girl or not is if it has eyelashes. I did the eyelashes, but somehow I think I did them really horribly. So I don't think it looks good at all. At least the headlights look really good. Those are the only good thing on the drawing, and I didn't fully finish this drawing because what's a part of my current style, basically I just blur, I use Gaussian blur with 2 different colors, and then it actually creates a really cool effect on a Pixar car's eyes. But I don't really think I finished it because I didn't do that here. Actually, my most recent drawing is a Lightning McQueen and Sally ship kid, and can't wait to show you guys that because I feel like there's some severe improvement. All right, so we got Catherine here. That is her name. She was meant to be a ship for Kit, but I decided no, I don't like that. She's also supposed to be an 83 Firebird Trans Am. Kit is actually an 82, and Kit has some, modifications to him to make him look a little different. This is, I think I used a reference photo here. She's also supposed to be a Disney employee, but I just decided I didn't really like the idea. But the drawing overall, I feel like is pretty good, other than some awkward perspective, some slightly noticeable awkward perspective, and the tires look a little big. Other than that, I feel like it looks really good. Uh-oh, ship kid alert! Yeah, we got another ship kid. It's not a Sally X Lightning one. It is a Jackson Storm X Cruz Ramirez, and you're probably like, what? Well, I think they are shippable characters, honestly. Because I don't know why, I just think it makes sense. I am very, very, very proud of this drawing. I feel like this looks very, very good, actually. What was his name? Because I remember he had a name. Jacob. That's right, his name was Jacob. And you might be thinking, well, that's a dumb name. I literally couldn't think of anything better. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Yeah, so that's Jacob Storm for you. I think he looks really, really, really good. Definitely some severe improvement. His wheels are not connected to his body. He's got some black for fender wells. So yeah, overall pretty good. And here we are, last night. A Lightning X Sally ship kid. I am pretty proud of this drawing. I feel like it looks pretty good. I feel like the perspective's pretty decent. I feel like the eyes look pretty good. I feel like you can actually tell a little bit more that this one's supposed to be a girl. I feel like the coloring's pretty decent. Other than the wheels being slightly big and these tailpipes seeming a little bit out of proportion, I feel like this looks really, really good, at least for me and to me. All right, so that is all of my Pixar Cars art on my iPad. I do have some in some sketchbooks, but I do not currently know where those sketchbooks are, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome rest of your day, and have a great new year. All right, peace out.